what's growing in the garden in May. So at this time last year, my front yard was looking way more beautiful than this, but I am just appreciating wherever my garden is at the moment. So right now I have a salvia growing right here, and behind the salvia is the oldest dahlia that I have. This is the first dahlia I ever bought. I planted it here along the walkway of my front yard, and it's starting to bloom, so that's exciting. It's bringing some color to my front yard. So in this section right here, this is a fairly newish section that I just planted some things. So I have eggplants here. These are Black Beauty eggplants. I have also some Thai basil along with my eggplants, and in the back of my eggplants I have pepper plants, which is just excess pepper plants from my greenhouse, and these are canary yellow bell peppers. Last March, before I went away, I planted some Swiss chard and cauliflower, and also it was some kohlrabis here. The kohlrabis aren't really doing very well at all. Like, they're just on the struggle bus. But the cauliflower, which I struggle with growing cauliflower, and I am praying that these will come out looking good, but so far they don't look so good to me. Let me tell you, these Swiss chard has been such a blessing. I've been eating them so much because it's one of my favorite vegetables, and I've been juicing it because I'm starting back to juice again, which is so wonderful. Over here in my garden, I planted a few calendulas here. They're now actually starting to look like something, but I only have two. Here is a volunteer zinnia that popped up. I'm going to leave it there because it will bring some more color to the front yard. So my kohlrabis aren't doing as well, at least some of them. This one looked like it bounced back a lot, and I have to come outside every day and kind of wash them off because we're getting a lot of aphids that's trying to land and destroy my plant. It's happening to my kohlrabi, and it's also happening to my cauliflower. And I think it's because I normally companion plant a lot better than I did this time around. And so I now truly believe in companion planting, that it really does work. So along right here in this row, we have horehound. I'm not that familiar with this herb. I grew it for the first time, thought it was interesting. I grew it for colds. I like to grow herbs for myself, and I like to experiment with different herbs. So I decided to try this. It's about to flower. Yeah, it's about to flower soon. It has a few blooms. So I will be collecting these soon and making tinctures and drying for teas. Behind the horehound over here, in this section in front of me, it's supposed to be Roma tomatoes. I planted a few out that was volunteered inside of this bed. Some of them did not make it. And I have about, two here that's growing so far, well, three. And so I have to plant more in here. I do have some that I did start that I have to transplant into here. And in front, I have pepper plants. I think these are jalapenos, but I don't remember which pepper plant these are. And I don't have a label here, so I have to wait until they grow, and then I guess I'll find out. I'm looking at the birds. There's so many birds that's just flying around me right now. And there's a bird that's laying a nest in my hanging basket. I grew some alyssum. I'm always saying it wrong. Alyssum here in this row. And then I have sugar baby watermelon, but bush variety. I have 3 here. And behind that, I have jalapenos just growing all along here. I have 7 jalapenos growing here. At the top of this side of my garden, or my front yard, I have some Thai basil, zucchini. In between, because I just finished this area right here, in between I have some dill that I started from seed, and behind it I also started some nasturtiums. I'm hoping that they germinate. For some reason, I'm having trouble with my nasturtiums. I guess all the seeds I bought are duds. I don't know what's happening, but nothing came up, which I'm disappointed. I love nasturtiums, and I'm looking forward to making some more recipes because I just finished my nasturtium vinegar that I made the last time. I was using it in salads, and it was so good. So I'm actually looking forward to that, but there are other things that you can make vinegar out of, so that's in the garden, so I'm excited to try everything. I have pepper plants. These are all peppers that I bought at the store, things I just wanted to try, not things that I started from seed. One plant per variety, so nothing serious. I just planted them all next to each other. And behind that, I have moringa. I am trying out moringa here for the first time. I don't know how they would go, but my moringa plants do not look that great. I had them in the cups for way too long, and that is my fault. So over here on my trellis, this is a cow panel trellis. I am going to grow, well, so far I have some loofahs that's here, but they're very tiny. Also some scarlet runner beans that I want to grow along here that will look beautiful. I've grown loofahs here before and it usually looks really, really nice. So here is my, it smells so good. Beautiful rosemary. I need to harvest this soon and dry and use and do all the things I need to do with my rosemary. And my dahlia, for some reason, is growing in between. And I like it. I'm just gonna look, there's like a whole bunch of bugs in here. I'm just gonna leave it and just let it do its thing. And this dahlia is very beautiful. Like, ooh, so pretty. And over here, you would find a black-eyed Susan. This is another dahlia, but I think it's a different variety. I do not remember the name. I don't remember the name of any of my dahlia plants. I just know I just bought the bulbs and stuck them in the ground, and I didn't keep track of the names or anything like that, but they're all pretty. Here are my echinaceas, and I love growing these for medicinal reasons. I usually make tinctures. I usually only make tinctures from the flowers and even some of the leaves, but I've never used the root. This year, I think I have enough echinacea that I would like to try some root of the echinacea so I can make tinctures. There are so many volunteer echinaceas popping up in my yard that I've just been pulling them up and putting them in different places of my garden. So there's this pot right here. I've just been putting them in this pot. There's a few weeds in here as well, but I've just been putting them in this pot and I'll just transplant them other places. I love echinaceas. They smell really good. They are very good for you, and I will grow a whole lot more if I can. My hanging basket of geranium, and this one has chicks in there, and mama bird just flew away. I just saw her. The chicks are in there. She had her chicks. Mama's nearby. She's watching me, making sure I don't do anything, so I'm just gonna leave them alone. I'm so happy for her. See a mama bird? Look at her. So there's a lot happening over here. It's a bit messy right now. I have a lot of cleanup left to do of things that I need to put away and store away and get rid of and whatever. Over here we have some roses. These roses already flowered, but the hips are so huge that I want to kind of try to save them. And then in front of it, I have my prized hydrangea. Well, it's not really my prized hydrangea, but it's my first one, and it looks beautiful. It's about to flower soonish. So I cannot wait. It's really good. And I have some potatoes that's grown in bags, some sweet mint that my son left here. Like, I don't know, this is his thing. He loves mint, so I just be like, whatever, do your thing. We have in this this grow bag. It's a huge grow bag. I got it from a friend's husband. He was into gardening and they were moving. They didn't want to take all this stuff, so he gave it to me. And I'm so grateful because I've been growing potatoes in here. I tried growing strawberries, but they did not make it, so I just said whatever. But the potatoes are in here. I'm excited to see how much potatoes I get because I love potatoes, especially lately we've been eating a lot more potatoes than usual. And here we have a volunteer sunflower that's getting big. I have to clean up this area. It's so hard to maintain right here because it's like grass and weed on this side, and then my neighbor's side is grass and weed. And so I always have to stay on top of it and try to mow and do the best I can. And I also mulched it so that I would have to do less work, but still there's things still popping up in the mulch because they do not care. They want to grow. If you followed me from last year, you know that my butterfly bush, it's here, but it's huge. I need to still trim it back a little bit because I don't want it to be too much in my walkway. So I'm probably gonna zoop it back, or my husband will probably do it if I don't get to do it. Now it's starting to flower soon. Well, it's gonna flower soon. Once it does bloom, it is beautiful and it smells really good. You guys will have to excuse the mess of what's going on. I have a few things and a few projects that I have to complete outside, so I have things kind of just lying around. But anyways, behind here is my hydrangea. I got this one new last year. It was still pretty small. It seems like it's putting on some growth this year so far. This one is called White Wedding. I wanted to have white hydrangeas. I think that they're so beautiful. And I bought them at full price, and now I found another place that sells hydrangeas for way cheaper. And so I'm kind of upset about that, but it's all good. I do plan on getting one more hydrangea plant to add to my garden, another color, another variety that I do want to add. I want to have an oak leaf hydrangea plant. So if you guys have any hydrangeas that you feel like is your favorite, share with me because I love hydrangea. On this side right here, I have another echinacea because I love echinacea apparently. I am still working on this section of my garden. So what you do need to know is that my lavenders are still here. They look really good. I have a eucalyptus plant that I planted last year, and over the winter you can see it's all dried up. I was worried. I'm like, oh no, it did not make it. It died, and it's growing back. So I need to cut off these dead pieces, and it looks pretty good. And we have, surprise, surprise, there is a zinnia plant that's blooming here. So this is kind of really cool. I love it. I love this so much. By June recap, this area shall be planted up and looking really good for you guys to see. I have a lot of zinnias just popping up in my walkway that I need to move over into the garden area. Here is a bottleneck gourd that's popped up out of nowhere, and I'm not exactly too happy about it. If it was something else, maybe, but I don't know if I want to grow this. I think it's a bottleneck gourd. That's what the leaves look like to me. Over here is my children's tomato section. So we went to the nursery, and when we went to the nursery, they had every child can have one plant for free, one tomato plant for free. I have 6 children, so they all got one tomato plant for free. They are so excited. They're more excited about these tomato plants than tomatoes that I've made them start from seed themselves for some reason. And they're all flowering and they're growing and look really healthy and really good. I'm happy for them.